if you're Josh Allen, so there's Josh, great story, how he even actually gets to Wyoming. Has some pretty stunning numbers from time to time. I don't think last year in his senior was necessarily his greatest year, but he gets drafted. He's one of the top drafted quarterbacks. He goes to Buffalo, where you would think the only guy he really has to beat out, Dave, is Peterman. Peterman, whose debut in throwing 5 picks and looking like, I'll be honest, is someone who's probably not at the NFL level. Certainly not a starter. No. Not a starter. So it has come down, and this is courtesy of, I believe, New York Up? Is that what it's called? NY Up. This is Josh Allen talking about the fact that he lost out on the starting job to Peterman.
First of all, I'm for the team, no matter what it is. Coach is going to make the best decision for the team. As a competitor, you want to play, and to not play, that's going to hurt anybody's feelings. But at the end of the day, it's football. We're part of a team. I'm going to do whatever I can to help Nate and help this team win football games starting now.
How was the decision explained to you?
Coach McDermott, he brought me in and just kind of told me his piece, and we moved on from there. So, our focus is on beating Baltimore right now.
Does this add a fuel to your fire? We know you're out here working hard every day, but not getting the start, how much does that add fuel to your fire?
Again, as a competitor, I want to play, and that's what everybody on this team wants to do, is play football. But I can't do anything about it except put my head down, continue to work, give the first team defense a good look on Scout-O, and help Nate in whatever way possible. And at the same time, I got to prepare and be ready to play football in case something happens, or the game of football is weird that way. So you always got to be prepared.
So there's Nate. My apologies, I didn't realize they were doing the press conference while they were shooting that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the airplane was going in circles before the Nazi guy got his head chopped off. What was that noise? What was that noise? Could you not start a prop plane while we're doing a football interview? Josh Allen, that's an interesting story. A lot of people know of it, just how difficult it was for him to even get to Wyoming. They sent tapes. His dad helped him out. They went everywhere, all the colleges. He didn't get a yes from anybody. Finally, it came to Wyoming, and things started to break for him, people realizing that, he actually was a pretty good player. But to lose out to Nate Peterman, I think that has got to be so tough.
Peterman.
Now, again, and I think this is true for the modern-day NFL, they just everyone assumes that these young guys come out of college, they're pro-ready, and they can just take the snap under center. I've never felt, unless you're a phenom or the true blue chip guy, it never hurts to be on the sidelines. And I'm hoping this is one of those cases. Well, the only problem is I would wish for a better quarterback than Nate Peterman.
I got some good news for all you fans out there of the decision to go with Nate Peterman and how long it will actually last. Here's a look at the first 8 games that I have the Buffalo Bills playing, where they will finish off the 8 games 0-8.
Well, let's go to that with our super awesome sports music.
Here it goes. Okay, week number 1, they're at Baltimore against a Raven team that is supposed to be a wild card team. Week number 2, home to the Los Angeles Chargers, the favorites in the West. And then it gets a little bit tricky, Mike. You travel to Minnesota to play the Vikings.
Not good.
Followed by traveling to Green Bay to play the Packers. Followed by hosting the Tennessee Titans. But it gets a little easier. No, it doesn't. You travel to Houston to play the Texans, a Texan team that's supposed to compete with the Jaguars in the South. And then it eases up a bit, but it's in Indianapolis, and you're playing against a team that features Andrew Luck. You play the Colts in Indy. And finally, you end off those first 8 games with a home date with Mr. Tom Brady, who's never lost to the Buffalo Bills in 1,000 years. I guess there'll be a couple quarterbacks.
So what are you saying, 4-4? Oh, my God. Maybe, Josh, you don't want me. You know what? You know what? Maybe they're saying, look, why would we burn the kid out on the first 8 games? Because we're going to look like the Christians playing the Lions.
Seriously.
And that's the Roman days, not the Detroit Lions versus born-again people.
Because you look at the first month of the season, the Ravens are the easiest team on a docket that includes the Chargers, Vikings, and Packers. and you have to travel to Baltimore.
Yeah,
So it's like, oh,
maybe they're doing. You know what? Maybe they're doing him a favor. Maybe that's what you read into that, because that's not a bad call if that's the reasoning.
What? We just become best friends? Yep.